Coming to you live from Tressel Field within the George Finnie Stadium and the campus of the Baldwin Wallace University. It's time for Baldwin Wallace University women's soccer action. This evening, your Lady Yellow Jackets host Heidelberg University in an Ohio Athletic Conference clash. Thanks for joining us this evening. I'm Dario Bathley, and I'm joined by Dre Showers.
What's going on, everybody?
Dre's back after a weekend off on business, so everyone say welcome back to Dre as I finally have a partner to bring you the broadcast this evening.
It's good to be back.
And we have a great broadcast on slate for you here tonight. The Yellow Jackets entered tonight's game with a record of 7-3-2 overall after being defeated by Muskingum University 2-0 last Saturday afternoon. The Student Princesses come into the match with a record of 5-6 after losing 2-0 against Otterbein University last Saturday afternoon. I will now provide the starting lineups as we want to take a break for the starting lineups and national anthem when the players actually get on the field. So Heidelberg tonight is led by head coach Nick Spell, who is in his 10th year at the university. And he's ably assisted by assistant coaches Amy Whitmer and Zach Fowler, along with student coach Maureen Kelly. We will be back with you in approximately 3 minutes as we bring you the starting lineups as soon as they become available. And now we do have the starting lineups available for you here live on bwyellowjackets.com. Heidelberg is led by 10th year head coach Nick Spell, who is assisted by Amy Whitmer and Zach Fowler, along with student coach Maureen Kelly. Starting in goal this evening for the Lady Princesses is number 23, freshman Alexandra Farmer from Dayton, Ohio. Now on the field, number 4, Danielle Ratfun, the freshman from Saline, Michigan. Number 7, Denise Bowes, junior from Ashland, Ohio. Number 11, Amanda Kilway, the freshman from Talmadge, Ohio. Number 13, Dabby Maloney, the sophomore from Loveland, Ohio. Number 14, Talia Tobin, the freshman from Lordstown, Ohio. Number 17, Brittany Yost, the senior from Castalia, Ohio. Number 19, Naomi Smith, the freshman from Waterford, Michigan. Number 20, Lindsay Markham, the junior from Fairfield, Ohio. Number 22, Alexandra Sivek, the junior from Macomb, Michigan. And number 26, Kristen Keenan, a senior from Oviedo, Florida. Now for the starting lineups for your Lady Yellow Jackets. And the Lady Yellow Jackets are led this evening by 13th season head coach Reed Ayers, who is ably assisted by Jim Watkin, Louis Rocco, and Chris Kraft, along with student coach Miranda Bennett. In goal here this evening for the Yellow Jackets, number 1, Emily Talmadge, the senior from Fairview, Pennsylvania. Number 2, Lauren Hainham, the sophomore from Minerva, Ohio. Number 8, Courtney Schutz, the junior from Mentor, Ohio. Number 11, Rachel Bender, the freshman from Massillon, Ohio. Number 14, Kelly Go, the junior from Hudson, Ohio. Number 15, Alex Elliott, the sophomore from Blacklick, Ohio. Cheryl Bell, number 18, the senior from Pica, Ohio. Number 19, Anna Poptic, a sophomore from Dublin, Ohio. Number 22, Caddy Tucker, senior from Mason, Ohio. Number 23, Kristen Lee, a junior from Westerville, Ohio. And Allie Lakey, number 33, a junior from Cincinnati. And we should have a good game on our hands here this evening, Dre, with both of these teams playing their second Ohio Athletic Conference game of the season, and would definitely be looking to get a win. Baldwin Wallace to continue their OAC run with 1 win and no losses, and Heidelberg to get some points on the board as they have 1 loss and no wins. So we'll now pause for the national anthem, but we will be back in time for kickoff for this exciting OAC conference match live on bwyellowjackets.com. We are back here on bwyellowjackets.com, live at Tressel Field within the George Finnie Stadium on the campus of the Baldwin Wallace University. This evening we have an exciting OAC clash, the second OAC clash of the season for both teams involved, and it is your Baldwin Wallace University Yellow Jackets hosting the Lady Princesses of Heidelberg. Dre, what do you think about Baldwin Wallace's chances here this evening? We got some news early on today that Audrey Wolf, who has 3 goals and 2 assists on the season, may be facing a extended time on the sidelines. Who do you think needs to step up in order for this BW attack to be successful here tonight?
Well, first and foremost, we just hope that she has a speedy recovery. Obviously, it's a huge loss when you lose a senior leader of your soccer team. However, you're right. People need to step up, and I think people have stepped up. For example, Alex Elliott, sophomore, 5 goals on the season, as well as freshman Rachel Bender, 5 goals. So that's already respectively a sophomore and a freshman who very much so needed to step up for this team and have looked really good in the absence of Audrey Wolf. So I'll definitely be looking for them, as well as Courtney Schutz, who is also a sophomore, leading the team in assists with 4. So, again, this is a team that has stepped up when they needed to, and they already got 1 OAC win under their belt, and they look to continue to do that tonight against Lady Student Princesses.
Yeah, and it's obvious that this Baldwin Wallace team has no shortage of goals on the field. As you mentioned, Alex Elliott and Rachel Bender, a sophomore and a freshman respectively, with 5 goals and 2 assists and 5 goals and 1 assist respectively also. They've really been carrying that mantle since Audrey has been missing. It's been about 3 games now. We just get in confirmation here in the press box that the injury may be more serious than first discussed. However, as we said, with Courtney Schutz pulling the strings from up top, but playing more of a supporting role in terms of the attack, she'll be looking to get the players around her into the play and scoring some goals here this afternoon, as we see Alex Elliott with her first touch of the ball in midfield. Through pass attempted for Schutz, but rolls through to the goalkeeper. Only 2 minutes gone in this encounter here so far, but I mean, it's already evident that Baldwin Wallace planned to play an attacking game, as they have had the lion's share of possession and have been very progressive with that possession, going forward at every opportunity they get.
And I think we saw the intensity pick up for this team in the Grove City College matchup that we did, of course, last week. And it's a good approach. They're on a good winning streak right now, and I think it's been working for them. So I just like to make light that you pointed that out.
Yeah, and Baldwin Wallace coming off a 2-0 win to against Muskingum on the weekend. Surely coming into this game with a lot of confidence. It was a game that was well contested. It was a OAC game. We know that the type of games that we get in the OAC, tough physically and tough tactically as well. And Baldwin Wallace came out the victors, and they should take confidence from that and come out here tonight with the same type of performance.
And that says a lot about their mindset, especially heading into this schedule. And like you said, it's gritty in the OAC. They're very competitive. Every team wants to win on every given night. So I think it looks like the Lady Yellow Jackets are in really good shape thus far heading into this big conference schedule.
Here comes Anna Poptic, a player, and she's adjudged to be offside as she still strikes one off the post, off the near post there. But Anna Poptic, a player who hasn't been as involved in the attack as I thought she maybe would have been, but proven to be a decent option at defensive mid for this Baldwin Wallace team. She's taken on that deeper role and made it her own. As a ball comes in here now from Schutz. Ball from Schutz to Bender. ricochets in the box and goes out for the first corner kick of the game to the Baldwin Wallace Lady Yellow Jackets to be taken by Courtney Schutz, who does lead the team in assists on the season with 4. Looking to add to that tally maybe with 2 of those previous 4 coming from corner kicks, but she takes it short. And the ball is back with her as she looks to serve it in with her right. Ooh, and it was a decent ball. Alex Elliott making an effort to take control of it. Maybe should have went for a one-time shot. So it's a throw-in deep in the Lady Princesses half, in the Student Princesses half, to Heidelberg University. Here's Anna Poptic again, passing the ball on to Rachel Bender. But it should be noted that Anna Poptic is bossing the play so far here in the midfield as that ball trickles out for a goal kick to the Heidelberg Student Princesses.
And the thing about Anna Poptic, too, is she's also young, sophomore, obviously. There's a lot of season left for her to step her game up, too. As you mentioned before, you expected her to, basically come in and just provide a little bit more early on. That isn't the case. She's played very solid, though, and I wouldn't be surprised if a surge is on the horizon for her.
Yeah, for sure. And I've noticed that 13th season head coach Reed Ayers, he does stick her up top late in games where they need something going attacking. Yes, she's a very dynamic player, goes past players she makes it look easy. So, and I mean, not a bad return offensively, if we're being honest, with 2 goals and 2 assists on the season. She's not playing bad by any stretch of the imagination.
No.
She's actually been one of the better players for the Lady Yellow Jackets in a very successful team this season, being 7-3-2, grinding out some hard victories. So, yeah, maybe those numbers will rise later in the season, but Anna Poptic as a sophomore showing some maturity to be able to step back from her usual attacking role and play that defensive midfield role because her team needs it.
Yeah, and that hits it right on the head. Team needs it. It's just a matter of these women stepping up and doing it, and they have not done a bad job thus far.
Not at all, as Courtney Schutz brings the ball under control. BW, within the first 8 minutes or so, definitely majority of the possession and definitely looking to go forward with that possession. However, still goalless here, live at Tressel Field within the George Finnie Stadium on the campus of the Baldwin Wallace University. And just in case you're just joining us here this evening, it is your Baldwin Wallace University Lady Yellow Jackets playing against the Lady Princesses of Heidelberg University. Baldwin Wallace still on the attack. Throw in deep in Heidelberg's half for Baldwin Wallace. And Apoptic once again creeping into those attacking positions, something I like to see from the sophomore midfielder. Alex Elliott with the ball. Pass to Rachel Bender, who shrugs off one defender and is able to put a cross in here, and it's a good one. But the goal, good work by the goalkeeper to extend her body and pick up that ball in her box as she shouts at the defenders to get out of her box as she looks to clear of her goal.
You gotta love the unselfish play by the Lady Yellow Jackets there too. Unselfish passes, really setting up for a good opportunity there for Rachel Bender, who is in fact one of these key factors in our game tonight, being a freshman with 5 goals on the season already. But beautiful save by the goalie.
Yeah, and Alex Elliott, a player usually not afraid to have a shot. Me even thinking that she would go for one there. But she does the unselfish thing and passes it to Bender, who is also in a good run of form, with both of them leading the team with 5 goals this season. So maybe just a little bit of coercion, some teamwork coming into this Baldwin Wallace team now at the perfect stage of the season, as we see Anna Poptic on the attack again. Passes it to Bender, who looks to get a cross in, and it's a good one! And it's a shot by the captain, Cheryl Bell, but saved by Alexandra Farmer, the freshman goalkeeper from Dayton, Ohio.
And that was the name I was looking for before, with another good save, by the way.
Yeah, and you may have missed Alexandra Farmer on the match sheet, as she's not in traditional goalkeeping numbers. She's wearing number 23 here tonight. I mean, reminiscent a little bit of Michael Jordan on that save that she had.
Talk about it, right?
Defensive error from Baldwin Wallace leads to this. What maybe the first quality attack by Heidelberg here. But Baldwin Wallace forcing them backward quite well, with some good defending, with almost all of their players behind the ball, excluding Cheryl Bell, who that last chance fell to. Baldwin Wallace are defending as a unit.
They certainly are, and they look very composed out there, very confident, and that's exactly what you want to see out of a BW Lady Yellow Jackets team entering the hardest part of their schedule. And yeah, that's just really the best thing you can ask for them.
Yeah, and this is an especially good sign. Oh, as Heidelberg pick up the ball 18 yards from goal. Oh, but Baldwin Wallace again with some good defense. And as I was saying, this is an especially good sign for a team that has had defense central to their success early on in the season, coming into their own and scoring a lot of goals in their most recent encounters. Although they did have that drubbing early on in the season where I think they won 12-0. But Baldwin Wallace really coming into their own in terms of attack late on in the season, but not forgetting about the defensive aspects that got them here in the first place. And that's a good sign from the 13th season head coach Reed Ayers' team, as they look to at least emulate their feat of last season of making it to the OAC final. So, I think they have some unfinished business in that regard, as Rachel Bender passes the ball to Alex Elliott in the box. Oh, and she has a shot blocked by the Heidelberg defender there, and Elliott stays down for a little bit.
The refs are certainly let them play out there tonight.
Yeah, Elliott walking that off, and I don't think that was a foul at all. Anna Poptic enters the area and has a weak shot saved by the custodian, Alexandra Farmer, adorning number 23 tonight. Courtney shoots now with the ball. Another block shot. So Heidelberg, no slouches on defense either.
Yeah, both teams playing really tough right now, and that's what you want to see in conference play. Honestly, it makes for a good game if you're a neutral.
A good ball by Kristen Lee to Rachel Bender, who enters the box and cuts it back, but no one in the vicinity. Heidelberg at the moment just struggling to get anything at all going up top, as the BW defense have been very sound here in the early exchanges, about 15 minutes gone now. And if you're just joining us, it's your Lady Yellow Jackets nil. And the Lady Princesses, oh, shot by Alex Elliott, rebounds off the crossbar. And Alex Elliott with that shot I was just talking about. And crossed now by Lauren Heyman, scooped up by the goalkeeper in the box.
Man.
But Alex Elliott with that shot I was just talking about, rifles one off the crossbar.
You couldn't have timed that one better.
I really couldn't. And goalkeeper Alexandra Farmer will be wary of that shot now, and should be, as Alex has the ability to pull it out at any point in time and get a goal for her team, as she almost proved right there, having the goalkeeper beat but eventually saved by the crossbar. Cheryl Bell with a cross in the box. And the offside is called on freshman Rachel Bender. Heidelberg now on the attack and have a throw-in deep in Baldwin Wallace's half. Great cutout by Anna Poptic. Really developing into a beast on defense as she was on attack last season for the Yellow Jackets.
This could be the breakout game for Anna Poptic. You know, we're talking about her earlier.
Yeah, and maybe saving a little bit of her attacking prowess for this stage of the season, you know, the big times, which is the OACs. So that could also be the case. With Anna Poptic really showing her defensive presence tonight.
And possession-wise, this game, the Lady Yellow Jackets are very sound in that regard. And we're not seeing much of the attack from the student princesses of Heidelberg. So I wonder when that's going to break open for them this evening, if at all.
Emily Talmadge getting her first touch of the ball, but she passes out for a throw-in to Heidelberg. Here comes BW on the attack again. And just seem to be almost playing with more space than this Heidelberg team. When the Baldwin Wallace midfield picks up the ball, it's almost like there's no one within 5 yards of them, 10 yards of them. And Kristen Lee, Anna Poptic, and Alex Elliott have really been the engine behind this Baldwin Wallace team in the first 20 minutes here. With those three players, I would have adjudged to having the most actual possession time on the ball. Something that Heidelberg definitely needs to address. But a good pass by Courtney Schutz gives Rachel Bender a chance for another cross as Alex Elliott has an attempt that goes wide. More of just a kick out at the ball there from Alex Elliott in an attempt to get a foot on it. But promising signs from the Baldwin Wallace attack so far. Game plan seemingly to get the ball wide and get crosses in for their attacking midfielders, which Anna Poptic has come into a more attacking role as she started out in a double pivot in defensive midfield with Kristen Lee. Lee having a shot now, but saved by goalkeeper Michael Jordan. I mean, Alexandra Farmer, the number 23 here tonight. But yeah, Shoot serving that purpose that I talked about in the pregame notes of just getting all of the other attacking players involved into the play. And Shoots is that type of player, Courtney Shoots. Courtney Shoots, the Baldwin Wallace number 8. She's not the most glamorous, does not seem to be doing all of the work of a modern day center forward, but she does. She gets goals and she gets assists, having 3 goals and 4 assists here in the season, leading the team in assists. Cassandra Wakeman being the next best assist getter with 3 goals, and Cassandra Wakeman being a defensive midfield player. So maybe a trait that Reed Ayers is trying to get into his team is attack and defend as a unit with the type of play that we've seen here thus far from Anna Poptic. But we do have a Heidelberg Lady Princess down in her own area. And I'm trying to make out the number on that jersey as she is being looked at currently by the referee and Amanda Kilway, the freshman from Talmadge, Ohio, her teammate who has gone over with some concern. Referee choosing not to get the medical staff on the team, and she is back up on her own too, walking about as the crowd gives her a clap to show that they are happy for that. And she runs over now to huddle with her team as the clock has just been stopped there by the referee as there was some concern.
Yeah, she seems to be all right. Hopefully she'll get back out there this evening.
Yeah, and she's not coming off actually. She's still on the field.
Oh, is she? Oh, there she is.
Walking around. I'm not sure what exactly the problem was, but that person is number 4, Danielle Ratfun, the freshman from Saline, Michigan. And they would not want to see her go down as she currently leads the team in goals with 4 and the second on the assist charts with 3. Danielle Ratfun coming in as a freshman and really having an impact thus far in her freshman season. So Heidelberg, from a Heidelberg perspective, you definitely want to see her on the field. I mean, from a neutral perspective also, you want to see what she can offer, as she hasn't had much of a chance to do anything really in these opening exchanges, as that's another goal kick to Heidelberg. She hasn't had much of a chance to show her skill as she's playing up top. A spot where Heidelberg has not found themselves, I want to say, maybe not at all.
No.
Thus far in the first half, with getting a one half chance, not working out into a shot, as Radford showing a little bit of her prowess, stepping back into midfield and trying to get something going on attack, but just slightly miscues that ball to Amanda Kilway. Ratfun would maybe argue that Kilway should have attempted to control in a different manner, but we leave that to you, the spectators, to decide. Baldwin Wallace back on the control of the ball now, as Ratfun just drifted to this left side of the attack, supporting Talia Tobin, another freshman from Lordstown, Ohio, as she moves into that central position. A wayward ball there coming out of midfield is picked up by Emily Talmadge as she gets play going once again, rolling it out to her center back, Kelly Go. Anna Poptic with the ball. Looking for Alex Elliott, but Anapoptic just really involved on the attack here this evening, and something is telling me that that was specific instructions by her coach to get more involved in the attack, as you heard me complaining earlier about her doing mostly defending in the previous encounters this season. So Anapoptic really coming into her own, not compromising her defensive duty at all, as we've seen her come deep and make some challenges, but she is also not hesitant to get forward and create some chances for her teammates.
No, and then you see how many chances they're getting tonight already with, not that much time gone. Some is going to open up eventually, and that's one thing that Heidelberg needs to be wary of, because once BW gets the ball rolling, the Lady Yellow Jackets that is, then they could show them some trouble.
Right, and a foul there from Kelly Go on the leading scorer, Daniel Ratfan, gives Heidelberg a chance to serve one into the box and maybe create a chance, something they've been unable to really do thus far. So Heidelberg with the free kick. Ball in. Oh, and that was a good ball. Eventually rifled over by Kristen Keenan, the senior, but Denise Bowes, the junior from Ashland, Ohio, playing a beautiful ball in there. Oh, and it looks like Keenan was adjudged to be offside, so goal wouldn't have counted anyway. But at least a sight of positive movement from Heidelberg. Throw into the Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets at about half line. Baldwin Wallace looking to build from the back here with their captain Kelly Go. Goes wide to Ali Lakey in some space. Good defensive effort by the Heidelberg right back. And Apoptic with the ball in midfield. She tries to play a pass to Rachel Bender, but Bender misses on the attempted touch, and so does the defender, so it goes out for a goal kick to be taken by Alexandra Farmer. And two changes here for your Lady Yellow Jackets as we see the exit of Courtney Schutz and we see the exit of Courtney Schutz and Cheryl Bell and the entrance of Cassandra Wakeman, that midfielder I talked about, the freshman midfielder, 3 assists on the season, along with Corey Miller, the sophomore. Rathfun with a good pass. Picked up by goalkeeper Emily Talmadge. And BW once again on the attack. Good save by the custodian, number 23, Alexandra Farmer, as BW earn a corner to be taken by Cassandra Wakeman. Ball saved by Kelly Go as she puts a cross in now. And Lauren Hammond strikes a shot off the crossbar. And Alex Elliott attempts to follow up, but is adjudged to have handballed the ball as it ricocheted off the crossbar and back to her. Elliott, eyes open and brightly as she is now in a central striking position. And she has a shot with another save coming from goalkeeper Farmer. But Elliott herself hit the crossbar early on in the game. And if you're just joining us here at Tressel Field in the George Finnie Stadium on the campus of the Baldwin Wallace University, it's 15 minutes left here to play in the first half of this, the second OAC encounter of the season for these two teams, being your Baldwin Wallace Lady Yellow Jackets and the Lady Student Princesses, of Heidelberg University. Baldwin Wallace with the lion's share of possession so far, but unable to get any goals as it's still 0-0.
Getting a little chippy out there. You see that?
Yeah, it is getting a little bit chippy in the midfield areas, especially. Something that I think benefits Heidelberg at the moment. Not saying the Baldwin Wallace girls aren't tough, because, for instance, I know Anna Poptic and Kristen Lee are no weaklings by any stretch of the imagination. But Baldwin Wallace have had the lion's share of possession and may just be comfortable with the ball at their feet at the moment. So Heidelberg attempting to defend a little bit closer in those midfield areas and force them to give up the ball, as a foul on Rachel Bender results in a free kick here, but for Baldwin Wallace in their own half. Break here for Heidelberg as they look for Ratfin up top, but just well read by the Baldwin Wallace center back, Caddy Tucker.
And we don't talk about Caddy Tucker a lot. She's had a solid season all year. Obviously, she doesn't flash on paper, but just seeing her style of play and just how it contributes to the team has been really nice to see this year.
Yeah, and I think it's been a trait of the season thus far with Caddy Tucker and Kelly Go maybe not getting the type of praise they deserve. Kelly Go having Rachel Bender with a shot, but save by the goalkeeper, and it comes off the crossbar. As it seems like when the ball is not in the area, Alexandra Farmer has been having a word with the crossbar, and they're now best friends as they're working together to keep the Baldwin Wallace Lady Yellow Jackets out of the goal. Oh, another ball into the box here.
That has certainly been the trend. Oh, and she just got away with a handball there, Caddy Tucker.
Yes, it has, and Caddy Tucker advances up the field. Ball wide to Lauren Haynham, who takes on her defender and looks to get a cross in here.
Oh,
but is unsuccessful as the referee awards a goal kick to the Lady Student Princesses. But yeah, as I was saying, Kelly Go having 2 goals on the season and Caddy Tucker having 1 assist is just more proof of their versatility and their ability to get forward and still get back to deal with their defensive duties. Both of these players have been great for Baldwin Wallace, possibly the 2 best players for the Lady Yellow Jackets this season, if I was filling out a ballot. But Definitely less celebrated because they do their work on defense. But I'm sure that their teammates in front of them, even the ones who do get majority of the praise, are aware that these two are very important to their success here this season. Corey Miller with an attempted cross into the box gains a corner kick to be taken to Sandra Wakeman. Caddy Tucker takes the corner kick, and it results in another corner kick for the Lady Yellow Jackets. And if you're just joining us here at Tressel Field, good ball, but it rolls out off the head of Alex Elliott for a goal kick. However, if you're just joining us here at Tressel Field within the George Finnie Stadium on the campus of the Baldwin Wallace University, it is your Lady Yellow Jackets 0 and the Lady Princesses of Heidelberg University 0. Rachel Bender shoots over. Another half chance for the Baldwin Wallace Lady Yellow Jackets, and they'll want to take at least one of these chances here. Maybe even before half, which is 9 minutes away. Or they may come to rue those missed opportunities. Alex Elliott with the break. And she attempts to just pass the ball into the back of the net. And it is cleared by the Heidelberg defense. Elliott growing more frustrated here in the first half as she's had a few half and full chances culminated in goals.
I think a little bit of luck has to play. Sorry. I think onto the side of the Heidelberg Lady Student Princesses as well. Hitting the crossbar 3 times tonight and then shooting far to the left and right by these Lady Yellow Jackets has really saved them a large deficit, if you will, in this game.
Yeah, definitely with and I mean that's what you need in soccer sometimes in order to pull out a win. So would not be out of the question here for the Heidelberg Lady Student Princesses, who haven't had a real attempt at goal here this evening, to get that real attempt and score it and go on to win this game. So Baldwin Wallace will want to make use of this possession while they have it, because I can see the game getting a little bit, even a little bit more nippy in the second half, as that will favor Heidelberg, as they're not playing the best soccer with the ball on the ground in this first half. A first half that is 6 minutes away from completion, and it is 0-0 here on the campus of the Baldwin Wallace University between the Baldwin Wallace University Lady Yellow Jackets and the Lady Student Princesses of Heidelberg University. Anapoptic playing a really good and well-controlled game. Not at all neglecting her defensive duties, but attacking like a boss here tonight.
She literally has done everything but score for this team. And I'm not leaving that out of the realm of possibility either as this match goes on.
Oh, not at all. And it should be mentioned that this Baldwin Wallace side are able to get goals from all areas of the field. As I look at this scoring list here, and it contains strikers, midfielders, and defenders, wouldn't be out of the realm of possibility for maybe goalkeeper Emily Talmadge to get a goal here tonight.
Yeah, you never know.
Alex Elliott with the turn. Nifty moves as she attempts to put Rachel Bender in, but it results in a corner for her team. Alex Elliott also playing very well here tonight. It should be noted that she usually comes off with about 15 minutes left in the first half in order to maybe rejuvenate and come into the second half. But she's been playing tonight in such a manner that, as we see a ball result, a corner kick by Cassandra Wakeman result in a goal kick for Heidelberg. But Alex Elliott seems to be playing the entire first half tonight. Maybe the coach, 13th season coach, Reed Ayers, just doesn't want to take her out of that groove. Playing very well and moved from that attacking midfield position to that center striker position when Courtney Schutz took an exit from the field and has not missed a beat. Still causing trouble for that Heidelberg defense. Along with freshman Rachel Bender, in what is set up to be a 4-3-3, but looks more like a 4-4-2 to me, with Corey Miller, the other substitute, along with Cassandra Wakeman, playing out on the wide left. Caddy Tucker just bullying the number 7, Denise Bowes, off the ball on that occasion, but deemed to have fouled her. And it results in a free kick to Heidelberg on half-line. And they choose to not go forward with it. They don't serve it into the box, which is surprising to me, considering it's late in this half and they haven't really gotten any opportunities. But it works out for them as the ball comes into the box now, but it's cleared by Kelly Go, the junior center back for the Lady Yellow Jackets.
And yeah, they haven't got much of an attack this game. But yeah, some adjustments certainly need to be made at half. Clearly the Lady Yellow Jackets have been in control of this one. The opportunities are there, and I think that's one thing that the Lady Yellow Jackets also need to address on their side, is how to close in on those opportunities that have come a lot this evening.
Yeah, and maybe I missed it, but I don't think that Heidelberg has utilized the substitution here in the first half. I'm not sure. I don't think so. But very minimal if they have. And I think in a game like this, where you're chasing the ball as I can confirm that Heidelberg has made 2 substitutions, but in a game like this where you're chasing the ball and you have a deep bench, I think you want to get even more than that on in this first half, just to save some legs of your better players who may be able to go on and get you a win for the second half. I mean, these players have been second best in terms of getting to the ball and doing something with it all game. As a cross from Rachel Bender, and the smart shot by Cassandra Wakeman, just flicking it off the left boot there, but hitting the wrong side of the net, as it results in a goal kick for Heidelberg. But I'm saying Heidelberg, having chasing the ball for extended periods of time, must be feeling some level of fatigue out there.
Oh, most certainly. And with that, you got to ask yourself, like as you mentioned, why more substitutions haven't come out. But maybe they're saving something that we don't
Good
know.
ball by Bender to Alex Elliott, who is adjudged to be offside, and actually stays down under the challenge. Oh, no, she's back on her feet and jogging not so daintily as she looked to have come out worst in that challenge with goalkeeper Alexandra Farmer. "40 seconds to go in the half here, as Heidelberg just have a little bit of miscommunication up top. Ooh, beautiful one-touch pass by Alex Elliott. Leads Anna Poptic in on goal. And she has a shot, but it's saved by goalkeeper Alexandra Farmer. Poptic there with a clear opportunity on goal. And we were talking about her attacking prowess early on in the half. And she comes with a spark there late on, trying to get that go-ahead goal, but is unable. But it is now halftime here at the Tressel Field within the George Finnie Stadium on the campus of the Baldwin Wallace University. And it is your Lady Yellow Jackets 0 and the Lady Student Princesses of Heidelberg University 0. We'll be back with you in approximately 10 minutes to bring you some first half stats and the preview of what we can expect in the second half. Thank you for sticking with us here at bwyellowjackets.com. Please join us in about 10 minutes for second half coverage. Welcome back to BW Women's Soccer Action here on BWYellowJackets.com. I am former BW soccer player Dario Bathley, and I'm joined by Dre Showers.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back.
Not a particularly interesting first half, but Baldwin Wallace definitely having the lion's share of possession, and from the statistics in front of us, also the vast majority of the attacks on the night. 20 shots in the game thus far, with 19 of those coming for your Lady Yellow Jackets, and the Lady Student Princesses of Heidelberg having 1. Those shots resulted in 8 saves by the Heidelberg custodian, Alexandra Farmer, and 1 for Emily Talmadge. So at least one good sign from Heidelberg in terms of attack is that the one shot that they had was on target. So BW will want to get a goal here early in the first half in order to keep Heidelberg at bay and focus more on defending in this second period, as Rachel Bender has a shot sail over the crossbar. But yeah, BW definitely want to get a goal here early on so they could be a little bit more steady in terms of defending and be sure to not give up a goal on the night. Heidelberg definitely needs to get something going on attack, and it seems like if they do, it will come through their number 4, Danielle Rathfun, who we mentioned earlier has 4 goals and 3 assists on the season and has been their bright spark, if you want to call it that, of the first half, with creating that one chance for her teammate Kristen Keenan to get a shot on goal, which was saved by goalkeeper Emily Talmadge. But barely a minute here gone in the second half, but Baldwin Wallace definitely stomping their dominance once again with the constant attack, as Lauren Heyman puts one into the box and Courtney Schutz is unable to get a shot off. Heidelberg now with a chance to go on a counter-attack. And the counter-attack must definitely be considered Heidelberg's best chance of scoring here tonight. They have not created much at all in terms of defense, as a foul on Caddy Tucker leads to a free kick for Baldwin Wallace deep in their own half. But Heidelberg hasn't been able to create much on offense, and the Lady Yellow Jackets playing a very high line, looking to come out and play the same they did in that first half. So not sure what adjustments the coach at Heidelberg, as a shot comes in from Ratfun, but it's easily saved by Emily Talmadge. A weak shot that. Not sure exactly what Heidelberg's 10th season head coach, Nick Spell, may have said to his ladies at halftime, but definitely they need some more attacking prowess going forward.
And the Lady Yellow Jackets clearly look like the better team out here, controlling all phases of the game. I think BW more or less is ahead of themselves, or they're beating themselves right now, and that just comes from not capitalizing on the opportunities to score. However, I think they're very soundly the better team tonight and have much of the control.
Opportunities that have been a many here tonight, as we look at the main attacking threats, and they're the usual suspect. The players that we mentioned would be the main attacking threat, with Audrey Wolf, we found out today, being out for a longer period of the season, maybe all season, than we originally expected. But 2 shots from Anna Poptic and Kristen Lee, the defensive midfielders, and 2 shots on target for both of them. So that's a good sign from Baldwin Wallace, getting some more attacking play from deeper in the field. And we did mention that Baldwin Wallace have the ability to score from all areas of the field, with their center forward, Courtney Schutz, just being that link person playing less like a traditional center forward and more like a connecting player for the attack. Just holding up the play and getting all of her players around her involved. As we see Kelly Go comes forward now, takes on one player, and has a left-footed strike saved by Alexandra Farmer. Adorned in number 23. We've dubbed her Michael Jordan here tonight as she's been dashing around and saving these shots.
She's certainly been playing up to par for wearing number 23. If
Yeah.
that's the route we're going to go.
And Dre, in my opinion, BW just needs to capitalize on one of these chances soon. As we see Rachel Bender traveling up that right side of the field for them again. Goes past a player. Good pass in for Courtney Schutz, who's unable to get a shot off. But Anna Poptic picks up the ball and looks to regroup.
And you're right. I think maybe even just one goal, just based on how the game is going tonight, could do it for the Lady Yellow Jackets in particular, because they've controlled the defensive side of the ball much of the game, and the midfield, and just every aspect, if you will.
But I must say, Dre, we don't want to discredit the Heidelberg Lady Student Princesses attack. As we know, they had only one chance shot by Bender over the crossbar once again. But they had only one shot in that first half, but it was on target, so maybe they did bring their shooting boots, so you never know. Baldwin Wallace maybe want to get more than one goal on the board so that we don't end up playing extra soccer here tonight.
Absolutely, and yeah, totally not to discredit their attack at all. It's just they just need to pick up the intensity and bring much more.
A good cross by Lauren Heyman results in a header from Alex Elliott, which we see go wide. Elliott's fifth shot of the night, with one of those coming on target. Elliott looks a frustrated figure at this point, playing once again behind the striker, as we saw the reintroduction of Courtney Schutz at halftime. But Elliott having a few near misses hitting the crossbar on one occasion. So she'll definitely be looking to get on the score sheet here. And it's a good ball, which results in a corner for Heidelberg University Lady Student Princesses to be taken by their top scorer, Danielle Ratford. Not the best of corners, but Ratford able to win her team a throw-in deep in the Lady Yellow Jackets half. And Heidelberg get their second shot of the night as it comes through their number 26, Kristen Keenan, her second shot of the night also. Anna Poptic once again on the attack. Cheryl Bell goes down on their challenge in the area, but is deemed a fair one as Ali Lakey sees a weak shot saved by goalkeeper Alexandra Farmer.
I think if Cheryl Bell would have acted a little quicker with her feet, that could have been a potential goal there even.
Yeah, that was another good half chance for the Lady Yellow Jackets. Some good work there by Cheryl Bell to keep the ball in play as Baldwin Wallace stay on the attack. And if you're just joining us here live on from Tressel Field within the George Finnie Stadium on the campus of the Baldwin Wallace University. There's 36 minutes left of regular time in this encounter, and it is 0-0 between your Baldwin Wallace Lady Yellow Jackets and the Lady Princesses of Heidelberg University. As usual, we're bringing you coverage live on bwyellowjackets.com, the best live stream across the OAC.
Yeah.
I'd like to take this time to give a shout out to all the Baldwin Wallace Lady Yellow Jackets alumni, but a rough foul there up top by Amanda Kilway on Kelly Go results in a free kick. I must note, Danielle Ratfern has been playing in a increasingly forward role as she seemed to have stepped back in midfield to try to get something going for her team, but has dropped back in front as a center forward, just looking to maybe force that go-ahead goal out of this BW defense anchored by Kelly Go and Caddy Tucker. And a miscommunication there between center back Kelly Go and Emily Talmadge, the senior goalkeeper, I think will result in a yellow card for Talmadge as she just stepped out of her box and handled the head back from Kelly Go. And I don't know if Talmadge just maybe getting confused with the football lines there. She's a veteran goalkeeper, not something within her nature, but I think she was coming ahead looking to clear that ball herself, and Go unexpectedly headed it towards her. And her goalkeeper reflexes just came into play, and she caught it.
Yeah.
So a good chance now for Heidelberg through their number 7, Denise Bowes, to either get a good shot on target, or I think they have to take a shot, being 20 yards from goal and only having 2 shots on target thus far. But let's see. Oh, and it's a beautiful shot into the side netting, and it's a goal for number 7, Denise Bowes of Heidelberg University. Stuns the Lady Yellow Jackets here with 34 minutes to go in this half. As I mentioned, only Heidelberg's 3rd shot of the game, but goalkeeper Emily Talmadge, off her own error, unable to deal with it. And it's sad to see because we know she's a very good goalkeeper who has had success. Named the OAC Player of the Week. As we have a square, the goalkeeper runs into her post, but as I was mentioning, Talmadge named the OAC Player of the Week for her efforts last week. Now, making an error there that resulted in a goal. So, here at Tressel Field, it's 1-0 to the Lady Student Princesses of Heidelberg University against your Lady Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, a series of unfortunate events there led to a goal, and a huge opportunity capitalized by Heidelberg.
Yeah, definitely. And Heidelberg, I think, will be pretty defensive within this last half an hour and 3 minutes or so left, as we see a shot sail over from Caddy Tucker. I think Heidelberg will look to secure this lead and limit the chances of the Baldwin Wallace team now, as they got that go-ahead goal. And we see the introduction of Corey Miller early in the second half by 13th season head coach Reed Ayers, with Cheryl Bell leaving the field.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about earlier how BW was, pretty dominant in the forefront of this game, but that all doesn't matter because, as we said before, the student princesses of Heidelberg have played solid defense tonight in their own regard, and like you said, you never know what can happen. And the common trend for the Lady Yellow Jackets is the goal after goal opportunity just being wasted due to just not getting it on target, and that has been the trend this evening.
Yeah, and having 20 shots on the night with only 9 going on target should be somewhat of a worry for 13th season coach Reed Ayers, as this Baldwin Wallace team not accurate at all with their finishing tonight. Here comes Danielle Ratford, just holding the ball in the corner for her team, employing some early on time wasting tactics, it seems like, as it is eventually cleared. Yeah, Baldwin Wallace probably regretting a few of those chances, coming in contact with the crossbar 3 times in that first period of play. They will definitely feel like they're the team that more so deserve to be up tonight, as some rough play on Caddy Tucker results in a free kick. But Baldwin Wallace has totally dominated in terms of offense, but do find themselves trailing the Lady Student Princesses by a scoreline of 1-0 here at the George Finnie Stadium. Baldwin Wallace just jumping the gun, a little bit eager to get the ball back into play. And it's a wayward free kick by Captain Kelly Go. Just goes out for a goal kick to the Lady Student Princesses.
And it looks like momentum has definitely shifted to the side of the Lady Student Princesses of Heidelberg.
And I don't know if I want to say that momentum has necessarily shifted. I think it's more of an even game now. But I still think that Baldwin Wallace are the better team on the night in terms of soccer. They just need to continue play the game that they've been playing, because chances were coming playing in that manner. And honestly, I haven't seen that many changes from this Heidelberg team, with them playing similarly to the way they were before they scored the goal. So I think Baldwin Wallace just needs to get out of their own heads and calm down, and keep passing the ball, keep doing the things that they were doing correctly, and just try to take advantage of those chances when they do come, because they have not been at a shortage by any stretch of the imagination. Baldwin Wallace just switching to a more direct form of play, which I don't think is benefiting them with 28 minutes left to go here in this encounter between your Baldwin Wallace Lady Yellow Jackets and the Lady Student Princesses of Heidelberg University. We now see the introduction of Cassandra Wakeman, who enters the field for Courtney Schutz, which may sound like an unorthodox substitution with the defensive midfielder coming in for the striker, but it must be noted that Anna Poptic, who has the ball now in the 18-yard box, has been given a more attacking role and looks to be playing on that right side of an attack, now supporting Alex Elliott. As Baldwin Wallace gain a chance of corner kick here, an opportunity to put the ball into the box and maybe get that goal to draw level here. Taken by Cassandra Wakeman. And it's a good one as it bounces. Alex Elliott picks it up in the box. Tries a nifty move, but is unsuccessful, as it is now cleared into the opposite half of the field that only Ali Lakey occupies. Heidelberg getting all of their players back behind the ball for that attack at least. Crossed by Lauren Hainham. Just cut back a little bit too far for Corey Miller, who was the incoming player from the left side. Corey Miller now with the throw in. Anapoptic turns and has a shot blocked by Darby Maloney in the about 6 yards from goal. But Anapoptic now pushed into a more attacking role as she was doing the vast amount of attacking from that pivotal midfield position. Ooh! And it's two good headers by Kelly Go. The first one being saved off the line by Kristen Keenan, and the second one being a header wide. But two more opportunities for the Yellow Jackets within a space of less than 3 seconds there. So, as I said, the opportunities will come. It's just up to them to put them into the back of the net and come out of this, their second OAC encounter of the season, successful here this evening.
And they still have plenty time to do so. The one thing they cannot do right now, and as you mentioned before, is get in their heads or even become discouraged because of the opportunities not finishing. They're going to be there, and it looks like for the rest of this game they will be as well. It's just how this game has gone. So they just got to break one free, and then I think that's when they'll be able to relax a little bit, get back to how they played in the first half, which they're not far off from right now. I think just a little bit flustered at the moment.
Yeah, and Heidelberg now on the attack through Amanda Kilway. Good pass in the middle for Keenan, but that chance is cut out by number 2, the sophomore defender for the Yellow Jackets, Lauren Hainham. As a player involved in that challenge now stays down. And it gives the teams a chance to regroup. Heidelberg, I see running over to their bench to have a word with their coach. Maybe an opportunity now to just give them those instructions that they should remain compact and not give too many more opportunities away. Alex Elliott looking to be the focal point of attack. Ball now with Corey Miller. Shot by Kristen Lee seemed to be going wide originally, but the goalkeeper scampers across, seemingly not knowing where her goal is behind her, and pushes it out for a corner kick to be taken by Caddy Tucker. And it's a good one. Goalkeeper gets a hand to it, however, as Kelly Go eventually carves out a shot, which goes high and wide for a goal kick to the Lady Student Princesses. Anapoptic gets around her player but is stuffed as she enters the 18-yard box. And BW piling on the pressure, but I think just panicking in the attack in third and serving too many direct balls into the box. I think they should keep with the passing model that they had and just wait for the chances to come. I mean, within 23 minutes, BW can really create 10 solid chances if they just keep playing in the manner that they were.
Absolutely, at least 10, that is. They just, yeah, like you mentioned right there, they just got to be persistent.
Both their center backs attempting to come forward now and just playing a type of football a type of soccer that I think is uncommon of this team. This is a very trusting team that trusts the players in particular areas of the field to do their job. And I think both center backs just maybe clogging the midfield a little bit now and giving Kristen Lee and Cassandra Wakeman a lot less space to play with. If you watch the first half, it is evident that the Baldwin Wallace midfield had a lot more time on the ball and were making wiser decisions. But in the second half, it just seems like Heidelberg have clogged that space and really done just that. That being the only noticeable change in the second half, Baldwin Wallace players having someone on them every time they pick up the ball. So a nice little adjustment there by 10th season head coach Nick Spell, and it's working out for him at the moment. As the scoreline is your Lady Yellow Jackets 0 and the Lady Student Princesses of Heidelberg University 1. And we see now the first introduction of Marissa Fabrizi here tonight as Kristen Lee leaves the field of play. So that an obvious attacking substitution from 13th season head coach. I hope Reed Ayers, but I'm hoping just an attacking substitution and not a sign of desperation, pulling one of his defensive midfielders out there and bringing in a player who plays more as a striker than anything else. Ball now with Rathbun of Heidelberg. And some good hold-up play by Rathbun as she now attempts to put her teammate in, but is unsuccessful as the ball is cleared by sophomore defender Lauren Hainham. Hainham is, however, judged to have been fouled by Amanda Kilway, and it's a free kick deep in Baldwin Wallace territory. And Alex Elliott has been a real live wire tonight, playing every minute of the game thus far, something we don't usually see from her. She usually gets a rest. I'm not sure if it's because she sometimes needs it, because, I mean, tonight she's showing no sign of fatigue as she is being an absolute bulldog up top for the BW Yellow Jackets. And she's deemed to have been fouled with, it looks like, defender Brittany Yost just contesting the ball in the air, but unfairly so, according to our head referee, Ryan Slack. Shot by Go off the free kick. Straight into the chest of goalkeeper Alexandra Farmer, and she saves it quite comfortably.
A.K.A. Jordan.
Another semi-decent attack for Heidelberg University. And I think these attacks are doing more to somewhat take some time out of the game than they are quality attacks. Heidelberg have only had the 2 quality attacks thus far on 2 shots from Kristen Keenan, I think, other than that goal out of the blue from Denny's Bowes, a wonderful free kick as we see Bowes now leaving the field. And the introduction of number 6, Kimberly Keenan, the namesake of Kristen Keenan, the number 26. I'm not sure if there's any relation. And that's the big substitution there for Heidelberg as they take out Daniel Ratfun, their top scorer and second in the assist charts, and brings in their number 12, a junior from Griffith, Indiana, Christy Anzer. So some fresh legs up top in Christy Ansler, and hopefully she will, well, hopefully from a Heidelberg perspective, she will bother this Baldwin Wallace defense enough that they will stop attempting to go forward and be wary of her threat. So I think that's the aim from 10th season head coach Nick Spell with putting fresh legs up top, maybe just to hold up the ball, do a little bit more of time wasting. Because if you're just joining us here at Tressel Field within the George Finnie Stadium on the campus of the Baldwin Wallace University, it is your Lady Yellow Jackets 0 and the Lady Student Princesses of Heidelberg University 1. Free kick for Heidelberg, but they don't use the opportunity to serve it into the box once again, as I think they may be too invested in these time-wasting tactics with 14 minutes to go. I mean, Baldwin Wallace can get something going immediately. You know, they've had the lion's share of possession. They're attacking well, and chances are coming. So I think Heidelberg may still want to look to possibly getting another goal, at least put some effort into it, instead of just choosing to put the ball into the corners or kick it directly up the field at every opportunity they get.
And I understand their conservative approach, given the fact that they haven't had much of an attack, as you mentioned earlier. I believe they have 3 shots on goal this evening, 1 being a goal. I think they're trying to run out this 13 minutes left remaining on the clock and get a win that really didn't seem like would be the case early on.
Yeah, and maybe nerves playing a little bit of a role here tonight, as we see another shot from almost midfield go wide from Kelly Go. Again with that direct approach. He's had about 3 of those tonight that have resulted in wide shots on goal. I think she should just keep the passing going and try to finesse the ball into the back of the net instead of having those long shots. Some good work by the number 26, Kristen Keenan. And she now plays it forward for number 12, who plays inviting ball into the box, but didn't quite work out in the end. As we see a foul in midfield on Marissa Fabrizi, resulting in a free kick for Baldwin Wallace. Kelly go to take. Alex Elliott breaks and goes past the goalkeeper. Is adjudged to have not been fouled. And it's a throw-in to Baldwin Wallace. A lot of confusion in the box there, as I think two possible fouls, one on Alex Elliott and the other being on Rachel Bender. But we see the introduction now of Cheryl Bell, and Courtney Schutz is about to take the long throw-in with Marissa Fabrizi and Corey Miller taking their leave. Long throw-in cleared by Heidelberg.
This has been quite the second half.
Yeah, and the second half has been a lot better competition than the first half, with the ball going both ways. I mean, Baldwin Wallace still having majority of the attacks, but with the way the first half went, it was possible that this could turn into a drubbing. But now we have what's looking like a great game because of the fact that Heidelberg are up out in front, and Baldwin Wallace have remained and have been always been the more likely team to score. So would not surprise me with 11 minutes left here at Tressel Field if we do end up going into overtime. Baldwin Wallace just about slipping into desperation mode here as they look to pile on the pressure, but a wayward ball from Anna Poptic to Lauren Heyman results in a goal kick for Heidelberg. And Heidelberg reintroduced their number 7, Denise Bowes, and Kristen Keenan, who's had 3 shots tonight, exits the field. A foul by number 11, Amanda Kilway, results in a free kick for Baldwin Wallace to be taken by Caddy Tucker. Another chance to serve it in. And she does. Low, however, Cheryl Bell's attempted shot blocked by the Heidelberg defense. And it's absolute chaos right now in the middle of the field. Baldwin Wallace coming out with the ball, but the referee brings the play back for a free kick on a foul on Courtney Schutz. Said player lining up the free kick with a chance to serve it in or maybe have a shot. And she opts for the shot, but it's comfortably saved by Alexandra Farmer, who must be up to somewhere around 15 saves here tonight. Farmer, a freshman, beating out goalkeepers Melody Harnett and Kenzie Lundqvist, a sophomore and a junior respectively, for that starting goalkeeper spot. And proving why here tonight, coming up with some big saves and some big occasions. And early on in the game, they didn't seem as they would be this important, as it looked like Baldwin Wallace would go on to score goals, but they haven't. And with 8 minutes left, there's the possibility of a loss or having to play some extra soccer to grind that win out here tonight, as Courtney Schutz serves another ball into the box.
And I wouldn't be surprised if we got some extra time in this matchup. Then again, the defense of the Lady Student Princesses have been quite spectacular throughout the whole game, despite a lot of missed opportunities by BW. That plays in part to the pressure that they've put on the team as well.
Well, with BW having Alex Elliott with a chance, but saved again by goalkeeper Alexandra Farmer. I wouldn't necessarily accredit the Heidelberg defense with having a good game, but they've had an effective one.
Yeah, just enough to get it done.
No goals scored on them. They limited the clear-cut opportunities, although there were one or two of those, but Baldwin Wallace just unable to come up with the goals, not getting shots on target in many occasions in that first half, and surely regretting it now as they find themselves 1-0 down with 6 minutes and 50 seconds left to play. And if you're just joining us here at Tressel Field on the campus of the Baldwin Wallace University, it is your Lady Yellow Jackets 0 and the Lady Student Princesses of Heidelberg University 1. In this, the second OAC encounter of the season for both teams involved. Handball there for Daniel Ratfun. On Daniel Ratfun results in another free kick to be taken by Courtney Schutz. Flick on by Kelly Go, and Anna Poptic puts the ball wide for Alex Elliott here. And she tries to get a cross in, but maybe this Lady Student Princesses defense heard your praise of them and just picking up their efforts here within the last 10 minutes, looking to keep the Baldwin Wallace University Lady Yellow Jackets out. And the break is on here for Heidelberg. Ball comes through to their number 11. And she has a shot. Go just wide of Emily Talmadge's right post. Talmadge scampering to her left to try to get a hand on it. And I think she had it covered regardless. But nonetheless, a good opportunity there falling to Amanda Kilway, the freshman from Talmadge, Ohio.
And what a beautiful through ball by Denise Bose of the Lady Student Princesses. Just she's played the best game tonight for
Cheryl Bell enters the box and has a shot wide for the Lady Yellow Jackets.
And that's just been it. That's been the name of the game today. Just missed opportunity after missed opportunity. There's really nothing you can do.
And on the lighter side of things, something I just noticed, number 11, Amanda Kilway, coming from Talmadge, Ohio. The town is the namesake of Emily Talmadge, who just made the save. So I thought that was kind of funny. Maybe a little childish by me. But 1-0 here to the Heidelberg University Student Princesses versus your Baldwin Wallace Lady Yellow Jackets. And some resolute defending for the past 10 minutes or so by this Heidelberg defense. Ball in for Rachel Bender, and she's unable to get to it before goalkeeper Alexandra Farmer, who was quick off her line and really scooped that ball up out of the path of Rachel Bender, who looked to be in on goal there. And Heidelberg just stepping up their play. The foul there by Caddy Tucker on Danielle Rathbun, who hasn't had a goal or an assist tonight, but has really been a pivotal part of what is shaping up to be a win for the Lady Student Princesses up top.
And a much-needed conference win at that, if this score stays the way it does.
Alex Elliott taking a good touch. Puts in the freshman Rachel Bender, who gets past her player, but is once again stopped by Alexandra Farmer, the freshman goalkeeper, having a worldie of a game tonight here in her second OAC encounter of her career.
12 saves on the night for Alexandra Farmer and counting. Really has been the player of the game, I think, for this women's Student Princes team, as she stepped up in a big moment, and more so in the second half. A little luck going her way in the first, but this second half has really been in efforts of her.
Yeah, and with 2 minutes left here within the George Finnie Stadium, I think BW will be very disappointed with the result, especially of this game. On Saturday, I know you weren't in the studio with me, Trez. You were out of town on some business. But on Saturday, it was the same type of performance by the Lady Yellow Jackets, coming out in the first half and dominating but not getting a goal. But then they were able to get two in somewhat quick succession in the second half. But nothing of the same tonight. And although she didn't get on the score sheet, that free kick being scored by Denise Boas, I do want to give special mention to Danielle Rathfun, who has proved her worth as a NCAA athlete here tonight in her second OAC contest of her career.
And this being such a young team, they really have to be grateful for this win this evening. And on the flip side, the Lady Yellow Jackets need to rebound quickly from this one, as I'm sure they will be disappointed, but nevertheless have a lot of games to go.
Don't want to cut out the Lady Yellow Jackets yet, though, with 30 seconds left in the game.
It's unlikely, but
Definitely unlikely. But I'm sure all of the home fans here at Tressel Field within the George Finnie Stadium hoping that it could happen here with 20 seconds now left.
They're certainly loud tonight. That's exactly what you want here. Makes for an exciting finish.
And that's the final whistle here tonight as the linesman shakes hands with the Baldwin Wallace men's soccer team, who I want to give a special mention to for coming out in their numbers and supporting their Lady Yellow Jackets here tonight. Unfortunately, in a losing effort, as Heidelberg University Lady Student Princesses come out with the victory here tonight at Tressel Field against your Baldwin Wallace University Lady Yellow Jackets. We will be back with you shortly in approximately 5 minutes to bring you some stats from those second half and close out our coverage here from George Finnie Stadium live on bwyellowjackets.com. And we are back with you live here at bwyellowjackets.com from Tressel Field within the George Finnie Stadium on the campus of the Baldwin Wallace University. And Dre, just tell us some more about these game stats that we have now received.
Excuse me. I think both of us agreed that the biggest number to jump out is the 31 total shots that the Lady Yellow Jackets had, opposed to the Heidelberg Lady Student Princesses 5. Nevertheless, the Lady Student Princesses get the 1-0 victory over the Lady Yellow Jackets tonight, and that's something, according to those numbers, that you really do not see.
Yeah, and I think practice in the coming days for the Lady Yellow Jackets will consist of a lot of shooting, as out of those 31 shots, it must be mentioned that there were only 12 on target. And not even getting 50% of your shots on targets, that's a little bit worrisome for the Baldwin Wallace coaching staff, now engulfed in OAC play. This game actually bringing them to 500 record of 1-1, and doing the same for Heidelberg as they lost their first encounter and now win here tonight.
And this is a big victory for them as well. And on the flip side of it all, Alexandra Farmer, who I would say is the player of the game for the Lady Student Princesses, on those 12 targets had all 12 saves. So a little luck, as we mentioned, has come her way with the weary shots going far left, right, and even hitting the crossbar in this one. But when they were on target, she had played a solid game and did exactly what she needed to do to seal the victory this evening for the Lady Student Princesses.
Yeah, and based on bare statistics and based on the play of the game, I think it's fair to say that Alexandra Farmer gets our man of the match vote for tonight.
Definitely.
So a great game by Alexandra Farmer, leading her team to a 1-0 victory here at Tressel Field over the home team, your Baldwin Wallace University Lady Yellow Jackets. So once again, your final here tonight is your Baldwin Wallace Lady Yellow Jackets 0 and the Lady Student Princesses of Heidelberg University 1. A quick reminder, the Yellow Jackets are back in action, and this will also be our next broadcast this Saturday, October 10th, when they meet Marietta College in their third Ohio Athletic Conference contest of the season at 7 p.m. on Tressel Field, right here inside the George Finnie Stadium. And they will for sure be looking to get a win and not fall into a losing record on Saturday when that game comes around. I'm Dario Bathley. Thank you for joining us this evening for live coverage on bwyellowjackets.com. Our final again here is Baldwin Wallace University losing by 1-0 to the Heidelberg Lady Student Princesses. Have a good night from myself and Dre.
Good night, everyone.